Ben. It's not gay if you read it.
The last one talking about, there was biting off of skin. I'm not reading your absolutely vile things then.
It's not gay if you read about two guys being gay, okay? It's not gay if you keep your socks on. Go get socks then. Let's look for one that I haven't read.
I have a better idea. Why don't we
Scared me.
Okay, pick one of the non-gay ones.
They're all gay.
Then give me one of your fan bases that isn't gay. You're not gonna make me read about sticking dicks in each other's assholes. You're not making me do it. I don't care.
This is a fluffy fanfiction. I'm not gonna make you read a smut one.
We were in Spain. My friend tried to get another 7-Up, so he said, "Uno, one more Sprite, please."
Uno, one more Sprite, please.
And it was so funny.
Hang on, Ben, come over here. Closer, come closer. No. Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
You will do it for me because you love me.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes, you love me.
I hate you.
You love me in the most heterosexual
Get
way.
out of my house. I hate you.
You're the one who invited me.
Go fall back down the stairs and get out of my house.
How dare thou?
You're gonna do it anyway. Just do it now.
I'm not that clumsy.
I hate you.
You love me.
No, I hate you. Get out of my house. I don't want you here anymore.
This is rated G, and it says, I mentioned hickeys, so yeah, I'm a sinner. Boy, you should see the shit I read.
Yes, no.
You want to read this one?
Yes, click that one.
You want to read this one?
It seems to have the least gross fucking stuff in it.
Okay.
Which one's prettier? As a guy.
That's a little gay, my dude.
You're making me read a gay fan fiction.
They're both pretty.
Why do you do such things to me? What did I do to you?
Phil brushed his hand down the...
Already started.
Come back here!
No.
Yes.
No, take me now.
No, you're not. Please. Please.
No.
Please.
No.
Yes. You
No.
love me.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. You're
No.
Yes, but you're coming back.
So why do you say it in the most heterosexual way? That implies that
It's a reference to a song. It's
what song?
Never mind, I'll send it to you.
In the most heterosexual way.
No, I'm not gonna listen to you.
Shh. Phil brushed his hand down the knobs of Dan's bare spine, his fingers digging into the dips and gliding over the rises. Do you want me to find a smutty one? I'll find a smutty one.
I already have to go to therapy. Now to talk about this.
In the darkness of his room, Dan's freckles reminded Phil of the arrangement of stars in space. Logically, Phil knew that if anybody was to be compared to space, it would be him. With his store-bought ink smudge hair that stretched across his scalp like the universe had laid a piece of itself gently down over his head, his eyes were the same as the graceful swirling colors that... They spelt colors wrong. That wounded them so...
Wait, how'd they spell it?
Like that, the British way.
That's not wrong, you're just racist. That's how I spell colors.
Ew. That's how you spell it in British.
Yes. British isn't a...
In British.
You don't spell things in British. It's proper fucking English, you inbred.
The graceful swirling colors that wound themselves into galaxies the same way that thread did in tapestries? What the fuck is
Can't
that?
even read.
What is a tapestry?
Look it up.
Oh, tapestries.
Oh.
Oh.
You
Okay.
just can't fucking read.
Yeah, true.
So I don't have to read this long ass paragraph.
Yup.
No.
Read it and leave.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I'm not doing this.
Yes, you are, because you love me.
No, I'm not doing this.
You're doing it.
I'm not doing this. No. No. I don't have time to say yes. I'm not reading this.
Fine, I'll read it for you.
Thank you.
But no, Dan was space and Phil was the one looking at him in awe. Nothing but admiration for the brown eyes that were as deep and searching as the void that stretched over and around and enveloped the earth. Phil could brush his long spidery... That's a weird description. Phil could brush his long spidery fingers over the flesh of Dan's back. He could suck small marks into his skin that contained droplets of galaxy within. Phil could feel the steady beat of Dan's heart underneath him, the taut flesh of his back and the ivory of his ribs. A steady thump, thump, thump. A constant reminder to Phil that the man asleep next to him was just as real as he was, as human as he was. Even in the dim light, the grogginess in Phil's bespectacled eyes created a foggy aura around Dan's outline, making him look more like an eternal cosmic being, or the heavenly form of a ghost being long dead. Phil huffed gently as he heard Dan snuffle softly against the blankets. I just noticed you're covering your face with a blanket. Do you want me to read a smutty one? You know what? We're gonna read the Hat Fic.
I will kick you out of my house via the window.
No, you won't. You love me.
There's grass down there. You'll be fine playing in the grass. I'll just throw you.
How many chapters are there?
There's chapters.
There's chapters? Okay.
Excuse me 1 second.
What?
There we go. Perfect.
No!
No, I'm done with
We're
this.
reading
We're
the
not
Hat
doing this.
We're reading the Hat
No,
Fic.
we are
Yes,
not
we
doing
are.
this. No.
Yes, we are.
Let me at least close Discord
Okay,
first.
fine.
Close League of Legends. We're not doing this. No.
Yes, we are. You
No.
love me.
No,
we're gonna
we're
do
not.
this.
No.
Yes, we are.
I'm not okay with this.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
You're more than okay
I'm
with
being
this.
abused.
You want this.
I'm being abused. I'm being abused.
Hey, Dan, can we get a hamster? I've
No.
always wanted one, but my roommate never thought that we could look after
No,
it.
we can't get a hamster.
Oh, okay, so I guess I'm playing Phil now. You read this one.
No. Oh, let me find. Where the fuck is my phone? I need to call 911.
Fine, I'll read it. Phil, we've
It's not
talked-
any better when you read it. You know that, right? It still hurts me.
Phil, we've talked about this. You wouldn't look after it properly. You can hardly look after yourself, he retorted. I decided not to argue. Dan was stubborn and I wouldn't change his mind. I was going into town later on anyway, so I needed to get changed. I put on my usual skinny jeans and a top on. Okay, one little critical analysis thing is that this would be a perfect place to start a new paragraph. It really wasn't in an angry way.
Nobody cares.
I care. I write. Okay, I'm a writer. I care.
The kind of people that read this disgusting shit don't care about sentence structure.
Oh, well, I care about sentence structure, okay? And I'm the kind of person that reads this disgusting shit. Oh, and I'm just letting you guys know that I've never read the Hat Fic before.
Why is it called? Is he gonna get a hat stuck up his ass? Like sideways or
Not
some shit?
quite.
You said you never read it. How do you know?
Well, I've heard things, and my friend read it when she was
He's
12.
definitely gonna stick his whole head up his ass.
The last one of these you read is getting fucking skin
It
bitten
has.
off.
Oh, this one's gonna be worse. This one's gonna be
I'm
worse.
gonna pull all your hair,
Okay,
like individually.
thank you.
You're welcome.
I finished getting the few pieces of food Dan and I needed and was heading back to the bus when oh god, this grammar is terrible. When I walked past the pet shop, I couldn't resist walking in and I saw a cage with a small, fluffy, black and white hamster in the corner. I looked at the price, 10 euros. It was too small and too cute to say no to,
Are they
so
British?
yes. So I bought it in a cage. I walked out just as my bus arrived. I paid my fare and hopped on. I couldn't stop smiling. Buying my hamster was one of the best things I ever done.
Fuck is
I
that?
know, like it just like enters randomly, like it just starts a new paragraph.
Are you gonna ask on the screen?
Yeah.
That is. I can write better shit than this.
Okay.
I would never, but I fucking could.
Oh, I dare you.
Why would I want to? No, I don't do this to people. I'm not. You're not making me write porn.
I know it.
Why would I take time out of my day, out of my time, to write porn?
Because
Exactly,
you're as
no.
much of a creep as I am, just in a different way.
No, you're much more of a creep than I am.
I mean.
You're way more of a creep than I am.
Okay, let's continue reading.
That was loud. I can do it louder.
Oh Jesus, you have big man hands. I got home and shouted out to Dan, Dan, come see what I
Can you
got!
not scream it.
Why not? He's excited so much!
Because my parents are gonna hear this and be like, why the fuck are they reading gay shit? And I'm gonna have you explain to them this is all you and this was against my will.
You love me. He bounced into the hallway in front of the door. What's up? I raised the cage with a small furry ball curled up in the corner again. The expression on his face turned from a sweet and innocent smile to a sick and twisted one with an evil glint in his eye. I love it. I was completely wrong about saying no to getting one. He sounded genuine, but there was something about the way that he said it that made me uneasy. So, what's it called? Can we call him Striker, please? I've always loved that name.
That's
I don't really know
fucking gay.
why. You think everything's gay?
You're
reading a gay thing.
No, you were literally, while we were watching Stranger Things, this one was literally like, that's the non-gay way to eat a banana. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he's like, you gotta break the pieces off, so it's not gay, so it doesn't make you look like you're deep throating a dick. Like, you're the only one who would look that
You
deep
also said this one
into reading a banana.
popsicle, so.
Into reading a banana. Into eating a banana. Okay.
Because he was doing it in the show the proper way.
There's not a proper way to eat a banana.
Yes, there is. If you're a straight male, there's a proper way.
What? Okay, whatever. Sure, his reply was cold and harsh. What was wrong with him? I shrugged it off and went into my room. It was only 9 o'clock, but I was tired and a bit ill. I pulled my pajama bottoms on and slipped into bed. I woke up during the night, my body freezing cold, and I was unable to move. I opened my eyes and they were wide with shock. I looked down. I was naked with ropes tying me to a chair, and in the corner was a sinister-looking Dan that was also naked. Morning, Sleeping Beauty.
This is when you scream for the police.
I was wondering how cold the room had to be for you to wake up. His voice sounded so fluffy and innocent, but the words coming out weren't. He was only wearing his fluffy brown hat, and he pulled it off to reveal a small black creature sitting in it. Stryker. What the fuck was he doing? I normally don't swear, but this situation was so confusing, and I was terrified. What was Dan gonna do to me?
I know where this is going. He's gonna shove the whole fucking hamster up his ass. I know where this. I think I've heard of this before. By some way, this isn't.
Wait, you've heard of this before?
No, I think in some way there was a meme like getting a hamster shoved your ass or something. I don't know what it was from, but it might be this.
Probably from this. Dan, what are you doing? Why am I tied up? Why? I stopped when he moved towards me. His expression changed from being happy, like when I woke up, to murderous.
Policia! Policia!
Don't be scared, Phil. We're gonna have some fun with Stryker. He hacked
No,
menacingly and showed off his erect
no,
member,
no.
making mine start to rise. He put the hat down, Stryker still sitting in there, and faced it with his length the perfect height to aim into it.
I didn't hear that last sentence, and I'm glad I didn't. Don't say it again. I don't.
Dan, what are you doing? Please stop. He stormed over. Oh no. That's rapey. He stormed over to me and gave me a
That's your issue with this?
Yes, that is my issue with this, okay? Rape hits hard.
So
Rape hits me like a truck.
He woke up to being tied out of bed. He's about to get a hamster shoved up his ass.
Are you okay?
No. Go away, please. I don't want you in my house anymore. We're not friends anymore. Go away.
Alright, I'm gonna continue reading it. Okay? I love you.
I'm gonna smack you.
Everything. They didn't even start with the new paragraph. What the fuck? Okay, sorry, this writer doesn't know a lot about English.
Why would that be a new paragraph?
Because Dan's speaking. Phil spoke here. Dan speak here. Therefore, new paragraph. I was raised by an English major. By a librarian. I know how English works.
Fair enough. Just
Ha!
let's get it over with.
Okay. Everything will be okay, I promise. Dan grabbed a gag from behind me and put it over my mouth. He walked back over to the hat and began to stroke. What?
You can't even read it.
No, began to stroke? Began to stroke what? Okay.
Wait.
And began to stroke, looking over at me as he did so. After a short time, his I can't!
That's a great. Wait, no. I'm gonna read that one. That one's funny. Wait, where is it? After a short time, his seed exploded into the hat, just out of nowhere.
But he didn't stop
Nuts
there.
into a hat. There's no context about it. He's just okay. Nut into a hat. I'd rather that than getting a hamster shoved up his ass, which might still happen. I don't know. There's still like half a page left.
But he didn't stop there. He kept going on until the hat was filled to the top. How?
How?
Period.
That's like some porn star shit. Dan grabbed the hamster's head and pushed it down into his own sperm.
After 5 minutes of his sick game, he pulled it back up. Dead. He snapped the hamster's head off. The bones shattering.
This is just gruesome at this point. This is like some Saw shit. This is serial killer actions.
Oh my god.
This is it. You know, this is better than I thought. At least there's no dicks being entered in any asses. I'd rather read
Not
this.
yet. The neck bone shattering and made me mumble. This is
something you would write while drunk.
You're not wrong.
This is such a fucked up person who thinks of this shit.
Tears flowed down my
They need
face,
help.
and he squeezed the blood of Stryker into the hat. He looked over at me. He was sick and twisted, but also kind of sexy. He opened up the hat and moved towards me with one hand and undid the gag.
I love it when they kill hamsters and coming from me. Oh yeah, that's the sexy shit.
Open wide, he said with a sarcastic
Oh
tone.
no.
As I did what I was told.
No, stop.
I didn't.
Stop talking. Stop.
Do you want to read it?
No.
If you want me to stop reading?
No, I don't want to be read in this. I don't want to be read. Why does this exist? Why does the FBI not said this is not allowed?
I don't know. This makes me really uncomfortable, but okay. He began to pour the sperm and hamster blood mixture into my mouth, only for me to realize that he had my poor Stryker back there, head and body. The fluid tastes disgusting, partially because it had gone cold, and also partially because I knew it was hamster's blood I was drinking.
So he's okay with other types of blood? This person can't even spell fucking
I
pool.
know.
It's a
Cold.
fucking jewel pool.
Okay, he pulled back halfway through, not that I was complaining, and said, "Good little Phil, do I taste good?"
I'm
My
gonna go
eyes-
puke.
my eyes widen.
I'm actually going to puke.
My eyes widened. What do I say? I was about to open my mouth when he slapped me. Speak, bitch. Wanted to
excuse me,
raise my
bitch.
hand to my face. My cold face stung when his hot and stick hand touched.
Stick. he's as glue as that. He just goes, oh shit, wait,
Stick.
wait, it's not coming off. Oh shit.
No, it's just like a twig, like from a tree.
Yeah.
You taste amazing, Dan, I managed to choke out. Yeah, I do. Time for some more fun. I didn't like where this was going. To be continued.
No, not to be continued. I hope the person who wrote this died.
Yeah, I do. Time for some more fun. I didn't like where this was going. He pulled the
same.
black body of the he pulled the black body that was coated in white from the hat. Dan rammed it down my throat, causing my gag reflexes to kick in, and I vomited all down myself. Where are you going? Where are you going? Where did you go? Are you washing your face?
I need bleach. I need to bleach my room.
We're not even done. The sooner
I'm done. I've been done since before you started this.
the sooner we get this over with.
Then go read it. I don't want to be near it.
Please.
I'm going to stop. I'm going to.
Ah, come on.
Alfred, attack.
Oh my god.
Attack.
I was scared of that fucking cat.
Attack.
Dan smirked and got on his knees. He began to lick all over me. His soft tongue was gliding over me until I found its way to my throbbing erection. He started at the tip and worked all the way down, deep-throating me. It felt so nice. Most people couldn't do this, but it didn't last long. He looked up to me, his innocent brown eyes making me melt. Promise you won't run.
Bend over real
No!
quick.
No!
Wait, so he's shoving the hamster down his throat?
No, currently he's sucking his dick.
That's tame compared to the rest
I
of
know.
this.
Promised you won't run. He sounded sorry, and I nodded. He got up and untied me. He grabbed me by the shoulders. I'm going to lie on the floor, and you are going to pour the rest of the hat on me, and then lick it off, okay?
No, not okay.
He growled. Sweet. Loving Dan was gone then. I quickly nodded and... No! Are you ready? He asked me. A sense of... they spelt sense wrong. A sense of impatience
Where?
growing... There.
Sense.
They
Yeah.
spelled it wrong. A sense of impatience growing in his tone. Yeah, yes, Dan, I stuttered, and he quickly rolled me.
You know, if I ever thought you were gonna be moaning and murmuring, I didn't think it was gonna be like this.
Wait, what? Yes, Dan. I stuttered out, and he quickly rolled me out into my front, his hand placed on top of my back and pinning me down. The hamster's head was in his other hand
We've been here
and
for half an
nearing
hour.
my rectum.
Ex-
When you say stop, I will, but only if I think you've done good enough.
I need a mallet.
I started to shake and tremble. Dan put his arm around me. It's okay. It won't be that bad. He hushed me. He was so much nicer again. Are you ready? He asked me in a sense of impatience and growing in his tone. He rammed it in with no hesitation, and a burning sensation spread throughout me.
I want to ram you out this window with my hand. Just go yeet out the window.
His hand placed on the top of my back, pinning me down. The hamster's head in his other hand and nearing my... Oh, wait, fuck. Wrong paragraph. I wanted to say stop, but he wouldn't.
What's he doing with the hamster? Is it getting shoved up his ass?
Yeah, it's currently being shoved up his
I knew
ass.
it was fucking from this.
Finally, it got too much, and I screamed out, "Stop!" But I looked back at Dan, who just grinned. Come on, Phil. Oh my God, come on, Phil. I know you can do better than that. He forcefully went in further. Not quite all the way, though. Dan, please, I'm begging you to stop it. I'm not moaning this. This is disgusting. It's so sore.
Dan, please,
I pleaded. The burning sensation turned into a stabbing feeling. Dan stroked my hair and gently pulled it out of me. The hamster's head was still inside of me. It felt horrible knowing that I had a dead animal's head sitting inside of my intestines.
Yeah.
How is that possible? Dan put his hand inside of me and went deep. I cried in pain. I felt like exploding. He finally showed me his hand with the head in it. I wished the torture was over, but I knew Dan would have other plans, but this time he didn't and just wrapped his arm around my hips. Let's go to bed, Dan said, pulling me up as he did so.
Actually, after you've had a hamster blood and semen mixture poured down, let's say if you're gay, whatever. After you've had a dead hamster's head,
Honey, us gays don't do this.
Shoved in your ass and remained there, while your ass was literally crushing its bones and squeezing out
His
the blood.
intestines. They said intestines. Okay.
Probably specifically a small intestine. Yes, I know. Or his large intestine, one of the fucking two.
He walked down into my room, and when we got in, he pushed me onto the bed. I thought he was going to want sex, but he was so caring and just spooned me until we fell asleep. I woke up to find Dan with the...
Sweet, after he shoved a hamster up his ass.
I woke up to find Dan with the hamster's body and head in his mouth, chewing violently, bones snapping and crunching under his teeth. He had blood dripping from his chin. He crawled over to me and I licked it off for him. He grinned. He grinned as though I read his thoughts as he finished eating.
I'm not joking, I just threw up a lip
Every
in my mouth.
month we buy a hamster.
I just threw up a lip in my mouth, I'm not even joking. And every month that we buy a hamster.
That's it. That's the end.
How do I report something to the FBI?
So guys, that was the Hat Fic.
So, I'd like to declare, I am a heterosexual male, okay?
His masculinity is so fragile, I swear to God.
You just read me a story, that's what you want to call it, about shoving a dead hamster's head up a guy's ass.
Okay, but all you care about is calling yourself straight.
Cause that is some gay shit, so...
Us gays don't do that.
You probably fucking do this in your spare time. I would like to say I am a heterosexual male. That is it.
Okay, so if you enjoyed the video, which I don't know why you would have, give this video a like, subscribe, comment in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao!